Hello, my mermaids and barnacle boys. My name is SpongeBob, and welcome back to another video. I hope you all are doing well since it's almost the end of August, and I hope some of you are, getting your schoolwork done and whatnot in your classes. But if you are wanting to, be one of those kids to watch a quick little video, while you're in class or whatnot, well, I might have something for you. But always, pay attention to the teachers and whatnot. Today, I've decided, look through my collection and see what kind of toys I can review. And some of them, most specifically, I've gone from, McDonald's and or Burger King, with, like some fast food restaurants, they have kids meal toys and, they usually come in with like a little toy or something. So that's what I have delivered today. Now, some of these toys I might have reviewed in, past videos. I'm not 100% sure, but I know like two of them, maybe two or three I've already reviewed, but I can always kind of double check. But if I repeated some like toys, oh, that's my fault. But I figured we start off like some of my favorite ones right here. If we take a look, see this one, I kind of made a video of it before, but this is SpongeBob, like on top of like a rock with jellyfish on it, and this was released back in 2002. No, it's kind of like hard to see, but this was back in 2002, which do that these, obviously this thing spins. You press this little button, and it does that. Pretty cool if you ask me. I have this displayed on like one of my shelves, of course, because personally this is one of my favorite ones that I have. So I'll set this one right over there. Might as well get the two that I already reviewed. So long story short, I made a video like a year ago or something, including these two, where I was working on my job and someone gave me a whole bin of SpongeBob ornaments and some little toys and whatnot. You can check out that video if you want. I think it's titled like a bunch of SpongeBob goodies or something. Can't exactly remember, but here's another one. This was also released back in 2002, where SpongeBob has a little backpack on. See, his eyes are clear. There's little stuff in there. So what you do, that you fill this thing up with water, you close it up, and there's a button right here. See the little hole right there? And you can squirt water out of his mouth to, trick people. So that's pretty cool. And his arms do rotate, but not his legs. So that's another one right there. Just lean him up like that. I kind of already made like a YouTube short with some of these, but not all of them. So I'm going to review most of them that I have. Next up is a Squidward toy. We rarely get a lot of, well actually most fast food restaurants, when they do SpongeBob toys, they include like all of the characters, but they do a lot of SpongeBob figures. But here's a Squidward one right here. This was released back in 2012. I think McDonald's was the one who like came out with this. I think during the time of, here's a little thing with his arms and whatnot. I think during the time like there was like an Olympics thing and they did like SpongeBob themed toys and whatnot. So Squidward has like a lot of like things. We got like a net, pen ball, a tennis racket, and can't exactly remember what sport this is, but you guys can let me know in the comments below. There's a little knob right here to move his arms back and forth. So that's pretty cool if you ask me. Next, one of my personal favorite one is SpongeBob as the Flying Dutchman. This was released back in 2007 from Burger King. This was released during the time of Atlantis SquarePants. And if you're wondering what he's holding, so I saw a video about this, a long time ago. So this is supposed to have like a white piece of paper. So what you do is that you get like a wet cloth or something. I think it was either hot or cold water, I'm not sure. You rub it on here and you has like a code on it. You could go on the Burger King website and like enter something in. I don't know if it's still a thing. Probably not, since this is like a like years old. But this is very cool. I tried to see if he glows in the dark. I think he does, but I'm not sure. Maybe the glow in the dark effect kind of like worn out. But this is personally one of my favorite ones right here, because he's all green and he looks really cool as the Dutchman. So there you go. There's that one. Next up, we have Squidward's house right here. But this is just a little display thing. On the back, it's actually a little game. So let's kind of zoom in. So what you do, you fill this bad boy up with water. Oh, and this was released by Burger King back in 2011. I think during the time, no, the big wave came out in like '09. So this was after that. So I think this came out during like the summertime or something. I'm not sure. But you fill this up with water and you push this button right here, and it would shoot up like little things of water, and you have to try to put the rings and Squidward's, like tentacles right here. So a little fun game, like on the road or something. If your phone dies or whatever, and you have this, fill this up with water and play a little game to pass some time. So yeah, there you go. So next, I'm just gonna bring in like all 4 of them right here. So you can see back in, what time these came out? These came out in 2009. So I think these came out during Truth or Square, when like Burger King decided to make all the characters kind of like square, like kind of like SpongeBob. Unfortunately, I don't have all the figures. The only ones I really have is Squidward, Patrick, Plankton, and Mr. Krabs. I think there's a Gary one and a SpongeBob one, and I don't know if there's a Sandy one, but I could be mistaken. But yeah, here are the figures right here. So we have Squidward, his arm rotates and his feet spin just like so. The head doesn't move anything. Honestly, these are really cool. They're kind of like Minecrafty, like blocky kind of characters. Honestly, pretty cool. Maybe I'll try to get the rest of the figures to complete the collection. Who knows? So here we have Patrick right here. He's quite big. You can see his was back in '09. I think Truth or Square came out in '09, but I think, maybe, I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comments below. You see, got a big old smile right here. He's all wide and blocky and whatnot. Really cool, and his arms, little stubby arms, rotate. And here we have Plankton right here. He's literally just a big rectangle box. And his little antennae are just very small right here. His arms rotate like so, and his feet are just fixed in place. Most of these figures, their arms just mainly rotate. And here we have Mr. Krabs right here. It looks kind of silly if you ask me, but that's just how they designed them. As pinchers, the arms just rotate, just like the rest of the figures. So yeah, pretty cool. I really wish I had a SpongeBob figure, because there's 2. There's one where he's just normal and one where he has the jellyfish in it and his glasses. So maybe I'll try to get the rest of them. Maybe, is there a Gary or Sandy one? I'm not sure. Speaking of Gary, I have 2 Gary toys right here. So this one, you can see Gary's on like a big roller skate. I think this was released back in like 2012. I think Gary also came in like the same time Squidward did. I have some figures around, like that are themed to like, like sports or whatnot. But what he does, and I'll show you, is that if you place it on the ground, he does this. His eyes move back and forth just like so. Don't know why, but that's just how the toy is designed. So you kind of like see it like that. To get into focus. So yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Show off another one right here. We got SpongeBob on a little sailboat, and he's not looking too good. There's a wheel right here. So these are 2 pieces, like you see. Put it right there. You set him on the ground, and he does this. The whole sail spins around, making SpongeBob all sick and oozy. So yeah, that's a pretty silly one right there. So yeah, there's another SpongeBob toy. Lots of SpongeBobs that I'm seeing. Here's another Patrick one right here. You can see he's on a big old clam, and he looks like he's playing rodeo. He has a hat and I think like a safety helmet of some kind. You can see. Well, if we could get into focus. See right there. So if you Well, let's just angle this a little better. And on the ground, he does this. The clam, as you can see, moves his mouth up and down. And, you know, Patrick bobbles back and forth just like so. And these are 2 pieces. Of course, you have the clam and Patrick himself. So that's another fun one. Next, we have another SpongeBob one. As you can see right here, he's kind of like in like a basketball, kind of like sporty outfit. So the deal is with this is that SpongeBob comes with like a little ball. Fortunately, I don't have it right now. See his arms move like that. You set him on the ground and you try to push his arm down like that, and you have to try to make the ball that he's holding into like a cup or something. So that's a little, you know, fun game. You know, fun game, but also just nice to display. Next one right here, we have this. It was released by Burger King back in 2004, and also, I don't know if I mentioned this. I think, when was this released? Back in 2012, so this, that, Squidward, the Gary, and the Patrick one were all released around the same time back in 2012 for like some Special Olympics or something. But anyways, this toy right here, this was released back in 2004 when the first movie came out, an absolute banger. You see, he has a little button right here. His arms do move, by the way. Wait, press the button on the back. His eyes shift, so he has art eyes, small eyes. He also has another pair of eyes, if I can get them. Yeah, he has big eyes like that, so you get the idea. Push the button in the back, and he has eyes. So his eyes change. So pretty cool, if you ask me. So there's that one. Here's another Gary one. I think this might be the oldest one, because this was released back in 2001. So yeah, this is an oldie one right here. And I think this part right here glows in the dark. And as you can see, you pull back on this thing, and you, hold on, right, and you let it rip. And what happens, as you can see right here, his eyes bubble back and forth, and it's kind of like little back end of his body, kind of, you know, like shifts just like that. So you can kind of see his mouth is wide open and everything. So yeah, a pretty cool little toy. I have this one displayed because, you know, it's a cool Gary one. So yeah, there's another Gary toy right there. Next is kind of like another like water themed one. Except the fact SpongeBob is wearing kind of like a suit similar to Sandy's. So similar to the water ones, you fill it up with water, you know, goes in the SpongeBob tanks, and this arm right here spins his whole face around. Don't know what the whole point of it really means, but pretty cool, I guess. So yeah, there's that one. Put that right there. Next is probably one of my favorite ones that I've had. This is a Burger King one back in 2005. Now, for context, he's supposed to have a hat right here, but I think somehow I took it off, and I don't know where it is. It might be lost forever. But you can see his arms are really long. You can move them just like so. A personal favorite of mine, just the way he looks, and his feet do spin. You can see this is very old because the paint, you know, is chipping off. But yeah, so another Burger King toy right there. Speaking of, here's another Burger King one. This was released back in 2009. Again, I don't know, because I think, was this for like the theme of the big one or something, or was it different? I'm not sure. But as you can see, during the time, each one of these, you know, SpongeBob bodies come with, you know, come with a pair of stickers, and you can put stuff on like the face. So if the sticker wasn't here, this would be blank. And as you can see, it's all kind of messed up and grimy, which, you know, is my fault. But you could put like different stuff. You could, so for this one, he has a brain, but you could put like other faces and whatnot. You can check out videos for each of these, like on their own, or you can find out like a channel dedicated to like kids meal toys or whatnot. I'm sure they have SpongeBob themed ones and whatever. Here's another SpongeBob one. I think this was also released, yeah, back in 2012 also. It has a little kind of like hole in the back, so you push this down, spring loaded. So what you do, you would get like the ball that would be with him, put on top of his head, and it would spring up. So yeah, and his feet rotate? Yes, they do. We'll set you right over there. Next up is another one. This is kind of like a, so you wind this back. Hold on, when was this released? Also back in 2012. You pull this back, and you let her go. So yeah, pretty cool. You know, bobs up and down because this wheel right here. Let's get into focus. Wheel kind of like you can see, kind of like bobs up and down. So it looked like SpongeBob was, you know, kayaking, you know, going through some heavy waters. And a pretty cool toy, if you ask me. Set them right there. We only have 2 left. So here's another one. See, SpongeBob is like a cowboy and or sheriff. This is a Burger King one back in 2000 and, well, am I done? Back in 08. See, the only thing, his arms only move. I think he was part of a set, because you see his legs move, but he has holes on the bottom. I think the whole point is that it was like some kind of game. If you get all the characters, you would play like some special game or something. I can't remember. But yeah, this is just a cowboy SpongeBob figure that I just had. And last but not least, one of my favorite ones is SpongeBob with big old karate gloves. And what's cool about these is that they, you know, move on their own. So you can see we got, you know, a big, you know, green glove right here, and we have a red one with even tiny little gloves like this. So on the back, it has a little switch that, you know, moves right and moves up. So if you angle this up, it would do this. So that's pretty cool. And if you aim it this way, it's kind of weak. But the whole point is, you know, it's supposed to like kind of like go like that. But it's see, it's a little squeaky because it is pretty old. But yeah, one of my personal favorites. You know, it looks like he's about to beat up some bad guys. So yeah, that's basically all of my kids' meal toys that I've collected from, you know, Burger King and McDonald's. I know there's a whole bunch more. I know they released like a whole bunch in the last couple of years, but I just didn't have the chance, you know, like get them because I don't really get kids meal toys. I get, you know, like their normal like menu stuff, you know, because I'm not really a kid anymore. But their SpongeBob stuff, I would definitely get a kids meal toy and try to get like a new toy or something. I know Wendy's is, you know, doing like a special thing around like October, so I'll definitely keep my eyes out for that if you haven't heard about that. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this where I review cool toys like this in the future, then be sure to subscribe to my channel today. Click that bell notification so you'll stay notified when I make new videos like these. Like the video, comment what you think of it. Which one of these is your favorite? Do you have, you know, these figures? Do you not? Do you have like other like kind of like limited edition ones? Share this with your friends, family, and other people who love collecting toys and their fast food toys over the years and generations. And with that being said, I will see all of you in my next video. Bye bye.